All right, I got the stream going on YouTube. All right, we are back, chat. We are back. We're fully back. Let me change the titles and stuff here. Top score, 0. Bottom score, 0. All right, we have Jamaica and DR Congo. All right, now we're going to set up the game clock. And stoppage time in the first half right now. We get this all set up, and then we can debrief a little bit. There you go. There's your game clock. Oh, we left a little green on the edge there. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're back. We're back. We're back. Chat, thank you so much for joining us for the World Cup watch along. I'm super sorry we had to restart the stream. I promise you we are working to figure out what is causing that. It has something to do with the watch along screen that we're working on. It has something to do with the watch-along screen that we're working on. It's something about it is just overloading our recording, but it's currently scoreless between DR Congo and Jamaica, and we should be set for a really dramatic run to see which of these two countries is going to be able to go to their first World Cup in a long time. And also, hello, YouTube. Welcome back. I'm glad you guys could join us. I'm sorry for the prolonged delay in getting the YouTube stream back up, but I'm happy you guys are here. I don't have your chat up yet, so let me grab that real quick. And then we're off and running. Any music? No, because the idea is we're watching the match together. And if I'm playing music, then you can't like watch the match and hang out in the watch along as well. Let me get that YouTube chat up. Get a little replay action. Maybe the bespoke watch along UI can, yeah, I mean, I've spent over a year designing this watch along UI. Honestly, it's still broken. I'm just going to give up on it. I'm this close to just giving up on it. It's still broken. It clearly, like, the way it's optimized is really hard for the encoder to just be able to handle the fact that it exists. Like, we're literally, this is my normal intermission screen with the scores up there and the time there. And we're having a great time watching the games. We like all this API and like, and it just like, I don't know. I'm done. I'm so done with it. I'm so done with it. Infuriating. It's halftime, chat. It is halftime. Happy halftime. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. We got Jamaica. We got DR Congo. We're going to take a look at some of the penalties, makes, and misses from Italy, Bosnia-Herzegovina, from obviously Czechia and Denmark. We're going to take a look at all that stuff in a second. Oh. Oh, yeah. All right. I just tweeted out something. I wonder if you agree with me, Chad. I just tweeted out the honest truth is that Italy is just not that good. That's my take. That's my take of the day. The honest truth is Italy is just not that good. How do you feel about it? I would tend to agree. Where's the halftime show? I am the halftime show. We're here. We're halftiming. Oh, yeah, I restarted my computer. I got to get this. Rage baiting? No, I'm not rage baiting. I think that if you watch like Italy play and you watch Denmark play and you were watching like silhouettes, I don't think you'd be able to do a pretty good job telling apart like who the two teams are. Like, I think they're closer to Denmark's level than they are to France's level right now. Do you think that's an insane take? Sources tell me Italy is stable. So this is a whole video of the penalty shootout. All right, here you go. If you didn't get to see any of the penalty shootout, this was it. First penalty. I mean, that's just... See, oh, wait, you can't see anything. As I was saying, this is a penalty shootout here, chat. Like I was saying, first penalty right here. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what I'm saying? Bada bing, bada boom. What's a good comparison for this result? Translate this to another American sport. I think it's just like a 13 seed beating a 4 seed in March Madness. Yeah. Or like, oh, you're talking about what happened to Italy in general? I don't really know because there's too much parity in American sports because of salary caps. It would be like, I guess, the Yankees not making the playoffs for like 16 years. You know, it would be the Yankees not making the playoffs for like a decade or something, you know? But that was a no-nonsense first penalty there, which was good. I think that sets the tone. Because Donnarumma is one of those goalkeepers where, like, if you let him dictate a shootout, he is going to dictate the shootout, right? He's going to dictate the shootout. But to get that first ball in and then to have the first Italy guy stepping up do this, I mean... just, I mean, it was bad. Like, it was bad, right? He just, oh, yeah, that was bad. That was a bad hit. Basically impossible to control at that point. Then you got Tabakovic, who looks like he's stalking his prey. This looks like something out of Planet Earth. This guy's 6'5", just hunched over like, say, what a pen. Tabakovic. It's the guy that scored the goal as well, even though he was kind of just the garbage man on that goal. Second penalty for Italy. Skadoosh, kind of very similar to the first penalty. It was Tonali's, the first penalty for Bosnia and Herzegovina, where your keeper goes the wrong way, put it right in the corner, life is good, you exhale. That was the only penalty make for Italy in this shootout. That was the only one. That was the only one. The only made penalty. Next Bosnian penalty, Alabegovic. Alabegovic, who's won it, man. He obviously played really well in the match, but he just wasn't on it. That's Alabegovic. Bakhtarevic, or Baraktarevic is coming up later. But that's Alabegovic, bruh. And the worst thing is like when you just don't hit the target, you know? The worst thing is when you just don't hit the target. Hold on. Skadoosh! Shibuya. Yeah, so that's 1 of 3 Italian. And that's it. That penalty ends it. Italy only took 3 penalties in the whole shootout. Now, this one Donnarumma probably should have had. This is one of those ones that if you're watching, you're like, Donnarumma probably should have had that ball. But this is Baraktarovic. And that's just a little sour taste for Donnarumma to have to live with as well. I mean, he went to the same side 4 times in a row. Is that a sin? I don't know. Maybe he scouted up something. I don't know. You never know like what scouting information, what intuition the goalkeeper's playing off of. But Donnarumma's normally a brilliant penalty saver. And that first one, Donnarumma going the wrong way is key because that builds confidence. But by this point, Italy's already shanked 2, or at least shanked 1. Right? They've already missed a couple of penalties. So they're in a bad spot. Right? They're in a bad spot. I don't know if we can... Oh, I didn't see the second goal for Denmark. Now, obviously, Denmark didn't actually win here, but I didn't see this. Oh, nobody sees this header coming. Oh, that is nasty. Wow. Hog. That's the guy from Bodo Glimt, if I remember right. What a header. That's an outstanding goal right there, dude. Outstanding goal. This is what I was looking for. Because this penalty shootout was also ugly. This penalty shootout's got probably like 1. But the Czech keeper's really good at pens. Oh. Very similar to Italy's third. Rasmus Højlund tattoos the crossbar trying to pick out the corner. Letting the kid shoot first was dumb. You could say that for both
I am
Denmark
confident that someone has already
and Italy.
made this joke, but Italy is a baseball country now, boys.
Brazilian Fury, thank you for the 27 months. I don't think anybody had actually made the joke. I think somebody had said that they're a rugby country now, but they are definitely a baseball country. They made the semifinals of the Baseball World Cup. Time to pack it in. Rasmus isn't a kid anymore, man. How old is he? 24? Yeah, Italy made the semifinals of the Baseball World Cup. They're begging for that now, man. They're begging for that now. All right, here was the first Czech penalty. First Czech penalty. Bada boom! Dude, honestly, Hermansen was pretty good. Hermansen looked pretty good in this. This is a good bit 1 for Denmark. Suchek! Damn, man. Like, those first 2 penalties for Czechia where Hermansen's totally on it, but they just hit it so well Hermansen can't get there. That's such a backbreaker for a goalkeeper because you're like, I knew where they were going. I got it right. Now we got tennis. Center is cooking. Yeah, true. You got arguably the best tennis player in the world. You got a damn good international baseball team. Your rugby team is solid. Italy's got a lot of things going. All right. This isn't the bad one. It's bad, but it's not the bad one. Save there for Kovar. They got Davey 504 as well. Sure, I do love Davey 504. Ferrari might be second. A lot of good things if you're Italian. Kovar was barking at him the whole way up, too. I wonder if they show that in this. Yeah, what do you think he's saying, dude? He saves his pen. It wasn't a terrible pen, but if the keeper's on it, he's going to save it. And then this one really, really surprised me. Krejci, Ladislav Krejci, who's the captain, who had been amazing, gets his penalty saved, which all of a sudden keeps Denmark alive. Hermansen trying to will the boys. And then this is the penalty that really loses it for Denmark. This penalty is so bad. This is the penalty that loses it for Denmark. So, I mean, the pressure got to Italy on the penalty spot. The pressure got to Denmark on the penalty spot, dude. It's an atrocious penalty. Just lofted it over, man. I mean, he really cooks that ball. He really cooks that ball over. And that brings up this dude. I have no idea who this dude is, but he's never buying a beer in the Czech Republic ever again. Ben, but like Hermansen saves 1 of 4. If you save 1 of 4, your team's got to be helping you out. Hermansen went the right way 3 times. Hermansen did a good job in the shootout. He did a good job in the shootout. He just didn't do a good enough job. Because his team was just haraming the ball into the post every 5 seconds. All right, chat, we are about to start the second half between DR Congo and Jamaica in the World Cup playoffs. Here we go. Underway. Let me get the clock up. Let me turn off that little shindig right there. All right, lads, give it a moment. The clock will be there in a moment. There it is. Showtime. DR Congo and Jamaica, both 45 minutes away from a World Cup. I'll tell you, DR Congo's looking mighty fine in these baby blues. Oh, my goodness, DR Congo, a little bit of something. What an interesting matchup this is. Jamaica, who's long been a dangerous team in CONCACAF, but never really gets to play like non-CONCACAF teams because they've only been to the World Cup once. There was a streak where Jamaica made like 3 straight Gold Cup finals, but never won one because only the US, Mexico, and Canada have ever won a Gold Cup. Costa Rica's never won it. Honduras has never won it. Jamaica made multiple finals in a row, but never won it. So like in CONCACAF, Jamaica's considered a pretty darn tough team to play. Oh, what a shot! Big save, Andre Blake for Jamaica. Wow, it was like a 25-yard bender. Nice save. Damn. All right, we are really back. Okay. How come the Iraq game is so late? Dude, I have no idea. Why? It's starting at 11 p.m. on the East Coast of the U.S., 23. I don't know why Iraq, Bolivia is so late. Wow. That was a very good shot considering where it came from. The problem is Jamaica's best player is probably their goalkeeper. Andre Blake is like an MLS legend and captains the team and is just a really good player. It's weird. Jamaica always has one really good goalkeeper. They had Donovan Ricketts when I was young. I don't know if any other CONCACAF based people remember Donovan Ricketts. Was like a baller. I loved Donovan Ricketts. And then they got, right when Donovan Ricketts was aging out, they got Andre Blake. And now he captains the team. What do you even do if you're Italian? Get really into baseball, dude. Get really into baseball. I don't know. Jamaica does have Leon Bailey, but Leon Bailey might be he is an S tier head case, you know? Leon Bailey is a psychological study unto himself. So you really, particularly with Jamaica, have no idea what Leon Bailey you're going to get. They used to have Mikel Antonio, but then, of course, he like got in a car crash and had his legs amputated. Not actually, but... So I don't even think he's with the team anymore. Donovan Landon Ricketts Jr.? Is that actually like the full name? Donovan Ricketts, like, well, that's the thing is, it's always so interesting where, like, because I live in CONCACAF and I watch the U.S. and Mexico and Costa Rica play all the time, I've watched the Jamaican national team a bunch of times in my life at Gold Cups and whatever. Of course, the Gold Cup happens every 2 years. I've watched the U.S. play a cup final against Jamaica. I've watched Jamaica play a cup final against Mexico. But the rest of the world really never gets to watch Jamaica because they never make the World Cup. They always find some creative way to not go. Have they made a semifinal recently? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Hold on. Gold Cup, what, like 20 Jamaica national team. Oh, it should be on the Jamaica national team Wikipedia. I'm scrolling. They made one World Cup in 1998. At the Gold Club, they finished runners-up in 2015, runners-up in 2017, semifinals in 2019, quarterfinals in 2021, semifinals in 2023, and they got grouped last year. I was gonna say, it's really not the best Jamaican team right now, but... Yes, Italy has missed 3 straight World Cups, dude. Insane. They lost at a penalty shootout to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Insane. Man, that was a great save by Andre Blake. They showed that from behind. That is a hell of a save by Andre Blake. That was a great shot. They're hitting us with the replays. Yeah, he's good, man. He's been good for a long time. And Jamaica always has 1 or 2 center backs like Damian Lowe, who I don't think is playing right now. I think he got hurt. But Damian Lowe has been a thorn in the U.S. side for a long time. Yeah, he's not out there. Ethan Pinnock's out there. Oh, mistouch for DR Congo. Bad pass by Jamaica. Oop, bad pass by DR Congo. Great vibes here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Some diabolical ball being played right now. Diabolical. Thoughts on Turkey completing the group with the U.S. in it? I mean, it's definitely who the U.S. wouldn't have wanted. I think that I would expect the United States to get at least a draw out of that game. But I think that in our group, there is no super easy team. Australia made the last 16 at the last World Cup, right? They're not a sleeper. Paraguay, super hard to score against. I think it's a really interesting group because I think there is no great team in the group. And when there's no great team in a group at the World Cup, then there is a lot, like infinite possibilities almost. I would still expect the U.S. to win the group, but I wouldn't be surprised if we choked it. Yeah, I mean, Paraguay is so tough. They don't score, they don't give up goals. They're going to like have 1 goal and 1 goal allowed the entire group. Australia is greater than the sum of their parts. They're dogs. And then Turkey, obviously, you got somebody like Arda Güler. And it really is like playing Mexico, where you're like, you might not know a lot of the guys on the team, but the base level of everybody they're going to have to throw at you is going to be really high. Like, technically, the base level is going to be really high. You lost against Belgium that played bad? So friendly, man. We also beat Uruguay 5-1. We'll see what happens against Portugal today, but also that Belgium game was weird because the jerseys were like, there was a huge kit clash that both teams were complaining about. So I don't know how much to like take from that one game. Bailey just got absolutely stripped. Oh, could be something here for DR Congo. Center back stepped forward and had it stripped away. They got it out wide, ball in. Oh, that's well cleaned up by Jamaica. Great mustache on Ethan Pennick, by the way. Outstanding Jamaican stash there. Are you coming back to do Bolivia, Iraq tonight? No, I will not be. I will not be coming back to do Bolivia, Iraq. That starts at 11 p.m. I'll be watching. But no. That ain't gonna be happening. Man, I gotta love these. There's some, like, African nations love shooting from distance. They love it. You see how the ref just lost Poland a game? I was watching Italy, Bosnia, and Herzegovina, but I heard Poland was probably better than Sweden, based off the people that were watching that game that we were kind of talking about it in the chat and everything, that Poland was probably better than Sweden. But Sweden found 3 goals in it anyways. We didn't hear too much about the refereeing. Oh, here comes Jamaica. Nice little move there. Oh, ball down the wing. Jamaica's got it for pace. Could this be something? No, not a good cross. Not a good cross. Whoa, guy just didn't realize the ball was there. Double sliding challenge, and it ends up with Jamaica. What is the vibes of this game are it's almost making me uncomfortable. They're wild, man. I have no idea what's happening. Oh, ball in the box here for Jamaica. Bailey, corner, Jamaica. The Reggae Boys. This match needs a goal to open it up anymore, or more. I could see that. There's a lot of, like, insane zero logic vibes coming from this game. It's kind of feeling like an AFCON game. I feel like Jamaica's being dragged into the way that DR Congo plays. This doesn't feel like a CONCACAF game. Which, like, Jamaica is very capable of CONCACAF haram, you know? But this feels a little more open. Good crowd, though, because they're playing this in one of the World Cup stadiums, I think. They're playing these matches in the 2 World Cup stadiums that aren't Mexico City in Mexico, because Mexico has 3 host cities. I think it's Guadalajara and Monterrey. Neither of those have the elevation to really help Bolivia, but Bolivia did manage to survive Suriname, even though Suriname bricked a couple of great chances. I am from Bosnia. Take me to America. Hell yeah, brother. Come on in. The water's not fine, but we'll make do. Welcome. That was a brilliant match. Congratulations. See who will be joining you. There's only 2 spots left at the World Cup now. Jamaica or DR Congo, Iraq or Bolivia. That's it. What are we waiting for? Italy and Bosnia and Herzegovina felt too tight, and these guys are too loose. I think that's it. It's like normally in this type of game, it's so tight, but this feels almost like not a friendly in terms of the intensity, but in terms of like the plays that are happening, it feels like a friendly. And now there's another ball on the field, where people are kind of just taking shots from distance, and like the exchanges of possession in the midfield are very like, Oy! Hammered clear by DR Congo. Jamaica putting the pressure on. You know the song they're referencing? No, I don't know the song, obviously. Sorry. My uneducated ways. Yeah, laissez-faire, very laissez-faire. If you're from Bosnia and Herzegovina, I mean, second ever World Cup, second ever major tournament. They've never been to the Euros. Oh! Keeper came out. We've got a Jamaican player down who got hit in the face on the Jamaican corner. The Jamaican player is still just trying to get up in the box while Jamaica's still playing. We're not stopping for the head injury, and here comes Jamaica to win another corner. Okay. It's Ethan Pinnock who was down. Appealing for the elbow. We have Ethan Pinnock and Chancel and Bimba arguing right now. I'm sad all the big Cinderella stories have failed. Brother, Curacao is already in the World Cup. Your Cinderella story is already intact. I did not think... Dude, Jamaica's not bad. I don't know what to tell you, but like Jamaica is significantly better than Curacao. Jamaica is consistently one of the 5 best teams in CONCACAF. They manage to bottle the World Cup all the time, but every continent has that team. We're like in CONCACAF, Jamaica gets a lot of respect. Outside CONCACAF, I feel like you're looking at them and just going, oh, like, who is that? Who are these guys? Oh, what a weird looking play. Headed clear for a 3rd straight corner for Jamaica. But yeah, no, I do not think that player for player or in like footballing history, there is really much between DR Congo and Jamaica at all. This is just an even match for a spot in the World Cup. Whoa! Wow, that was nearly something for Jamaica again. 3 straight corners. They didn't get anything though. Jamaica wasn't good at the previous Gold Cup. Yeah, they got grouped at the Gold Cup for the first time in a long time, which is why it's kind of interesting that they're this close to the World Cup now, because I feel like this isn't the best Jamaica team, or even close to it over the last 20 years, but they are the Jamaican team, however, that is here. And Jamaica is certainly far from New Caledonia, and I think also far from Curacao, and that these players have played in a lot of Gold Cup, World Cup qualifying matches. Like, this is not an unfamiliar situation or national team situation or whatever. That was a weird yellow card. Okay. It's been really stop and go the last couple of minutes. I'm also incredibly happy Haiti made it. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a yellow. Just literally landed on the guy's back. That's a yellow card. Thank you. Trying to appeal for a handball. That was not a handball. You just can't call that in a World Cup playoff with less than 30 minutes to, like, no way in hell you're calling that handball. Haiti or Moldova levels? You guys are going to be very surprised by Haiti. Haiti finished ahead of Honduras and Costa Rica in their group. The other thing is Haiti's got a great diaspora. They've already gotten Wilson Isidore. I do not think they're done. I think Haiti's going to add a couple of guys. But as somebody that has immersed themselves in Haitian football, it'd be me. Haiti is just better than you think they are, and which is crazy considering the lack of resources they have available. But no, the problem for Haiti, unlike Jamaica, is they're not used to it. And so there's an inconsistency that comes from that where Haiti could show up and just lose one match like 5 or 6-0 because they get rattled and they don't know what the hell's happening. But they're capable of being at Jamaica's level for sure. Very flair-based game. Very street game. Dribbling. Like, very fun team. Whoa, hey, oh, that tackle. Yeah, this match that was very free-flowing at the start of the half has just become a foul fest now. Yeah, Haiti's issue is that they haven't really been doing anything at the Gold Cup because they struggle to play the Gold Cup because they can't get freaking work permits for it. The Haitian national team is plagued by inconsistency and not really being given a fair shake or a real chance. Making the World Cup is huge for them, but the instability in Haiti governmentally, there literally isn't really a government, causes a lot of problems with the FA, obviously. That was nearly another corner. Leon Bailey's kind of balling right now, dude. I'm not going to lie. That was a foul. Leon Bailey looks bright. He's making a couple of moves where you're like, perhaps a little something. Don't know if you realize the first stream got striked by UEFA. Yeah, it's a process, dude. Basically, what we do is UEFA will come through and they'll like DMCA us watching highlights, basically. And we have to then accept their like nuking of the highlights. And then they just remove the portions where we played the highlights from the stream. And once that happens, then people are able to watch the videos again. So we're going through that process now. It takes the editors a little bit to do it. Yeah, the issue for Curacao is their manager's gone. If Curacao still had their manager, I think that they would be able to give a better account of themselves. Oh, Bailey! Oh, if he was a quarter step quicker. Oh, Jamaica's starting to really put the pressure on, dude. Leon Bailey coming into the back post, diving header. If he got there a little bit sooner where he could do that a little more under control and drive that on goal, that would have been a real problem. I think another important thing to remember is that Jamaica did have to play a game a few days ago. Now, they played a lot of their backups, and it was New Caledonia. But I wonder if they start to get tired towards the end of this game because they didn't like play a fully rotated team. You don't want to accidentally bottle it either. Curacao lost to China. I mean, yeah, but this isn't the worst. What the hell was that? This isn't the worst Chinese team that's existed in a while. They got like 7 points in World Cup qualifying's last stage in sort of second to last stage in Asia, but like the big group stage. They were in it with 2 matches to go, China. They just lost those 2 matches. And Curacao, not only is Curacao like, this was basically the first World Cup where Curacao had a snowball's chance in hell of qualifying based off where their national team was. They did everything right, produced a miraculous performance, stunned Jamaica in the final match by holding a clean sheet and a 0-0 in Kingston, when the stadium was literally full to the point that people were sitting on the top of the stadium in Jamaica to watch the game because they thought they were finally going back to the World Cup. All they had to do was beat Curacao at home. They didn't. So Curacao then goes to the World Cup when, even though they managed to make it and they earned their ticket to the World Cup, they're clearly not the best team out of their group. I would say there were at least 3, probably more CONCACAF teams that I would say are better on a neutral field than Curacao that didn't make it. Probably more than that. And then their manager, Dick Advocat, who's like this legendary manager, you might have heard his name. He has some huge family issue, and so he has to retire from the national team. And so they have a new manager who like didn't bring them to the World Cup, and they already were fighting an uphill battle. So, yeah. Do Haiti play home games in Haiti? No, they play all over. I think Haiti played its final World Cup qualifying match in Curacao, actually, kind of funnily enough, in Willemstad. Haitian clubs play in the Dominican Republic, but that's been a little more challenging because the Dominican Republic has a very tenuous relationship with Haiti and usually doesn't issue visas to them, but it's usually able to get an exception for the clubs, but some clubs can't. It like depends on who you know. So the Haitian teams will try and play in the DR, but they'll end up playing just somewhere in the Caribbean. But yeah, Haiti does not play home matches in Haiti. There is no functioning government in Haiti. So yeah, we got our hydration break now. This feels like a game where there's just going to be one goal that comes out of absolutely nothing, and that one goal like literally makes the difference between one country going to the World Cup and another not. Not all of Haiti is a war zone. Port-au-Prince is bad. Port-au-Prince is bad. I've never been, obviously, just like from my friends that live in Haiti. Other parts of the country, like in the far south, it can be okay. Like in the far north, you get like Cape Haitian. Cape Haitian can be okay. But being okay is still like, there's still not a functioning central government. Like, you can't call the police or the fire department. You gotta handle your trash. You gotta make sure you buy, oil for your generator because there isn't really a functioning central power grid, right? I'll hydrate. Can you educate us on why it's war-torn? Most of what you need to know about Haiti is that it was the only successful slave revolt in history. But then France went back and like threatened to try and take it over again, like 15, 20 years later. This is kind of your ballpark history lesson here. And after Haiti was like, please don't. They're like, we'll make it hard for you. And France was like, okay, we'll leave you alone if you pay us reparations. Literally reparations for the loss of value of all of the slaves in Haiti. Haiti paid those reparations to the French government until 1947. Kind of hard to develop a great economy when you're paying back-breaking reparations until 1947. But in the meantime, Haiti did develop a pretty good centralized government. It was an empire for a while. It was like a classical republic for a while. And then you get into like the 60s and 70s where Haiti kind of, very similar to the Dominican Republic, which is on the same island, became like a strongman state. Where, you had, I think his name was, I can't remember. I don't want to say it and get it wrong. But they had kind of a dictator, like a strongman that ruled the country in the 70s and the 80s. But after he died, his son took over. He wasn't able to consolidate power enough. And so Haiti like slowly deteriorated in the way that you've kind of seen other strongman countries kind of slowly deteriorate. And then the earthquake hit in like the early 2000s, whenever that was. And that earthquake killed like 100,000 people and just destroyed the infrastructure. And at that point, it was kind of unveiled that, Haiti's kind of rotting government wasn't really equipped to be able to handle that. And so gangs started to take over different parts of the country. And then it all finally fell apart when the president of Haiti was assassinated, I think like 2019, 2020. Sorry, there's like a substitution and an injury going on right now. The president of Haiti was assassinated kind of right around COVID. And when he was assassinated, they weren't able to organize elections to like get a new president. And after the assassination, gangs literally just took over the entire capital. Papa Doc, thank you. I thought that's who I thought it was. And then it was Baby Doc that came after, but they didn't really like Baby Doc. Yeah, so now the vast majority of the capital of Haiti is run by gangs. They do really horrible things on a routine basis. They are pawns in a geopolitical game, like these gang leaders. They're supplied by weapons by sometimes even rich Haitians. Like there's accusations flying all over the place, you know. And I've obviously met and interacted with a ton of Haitian people, and we've had a bunch of conversations about it. And it's a pretty murky situation, to say the least. But I'd say the only international equivalent is Somalia. Oh, he was offside. He was like 50 shades of offside. Can we just put the flag up? Thank you. Where there's just not a functioning central government. There is a central government in name. That central government is not in a position to be able to impose its control over the majority of the country. The result of that is that Haitian people, who are incredibly nice, kind of have to fend for themselves. And so I did a lot of interviews with different Haitian people that were affiliated with the clubs that we were talking about and like other people. And what's really interesting is the amount to which they rely on each other for stuff. It's like, yeah, there is no trash service, so we all just pay Bob down the street to like take all of our trash. Like if your car breaks, this is the guy that you call. Like there's no government service. There's nobody who's going to come, whatever. Like in a car accident, you know, whatever. If somebody in your family gets kidnapped, the entire community will pool their money to be able to ransom that person, right? Like there's a lot of horrible things happening, but there's also a lot of good things happening. And I do, you know, I wouldn't recommend going to Haiti, but there are parts of Haiti that are not controlled by violent gangs who are a danger to everything with a pulse, right? There are parts of Haiti that are. There are a lot of parts of Haiti where they're just, the government is more of like a local agreement and understanding between the different people. Do you think there's a lot of gross stereotypes towards Haitians? Of course. I think one of the most important reasons to learn history is because you then learn why things are the way they are, because things were never always the way they are now. If you went to Haiti in the 70s, sure, it was a strongman government, but if you went to Haiti in the 70s, you would have been able to go to a 5-star hotel, hang out on the beach, have a Mai Tai, like the streets would have been pristine. You know, it's not like it's a country that's just always been this just a disaster. It's in a disaster state now, though. But yeah, I mean, I think, like, of course there's a ton of gross stereotypes about Haitians. There's a lot of gross stereotypes about a lot of countries because people just don't understand what's actually happening. That's why traveling and, more importantly, just talking to people instead of assuming you know everything is so important. DR Congo's on the move right now. No, I mean, sorry, if you just joined, we've been talking about this kind of for a while because Jamaica DR Congo has been like a slow burn the last 15 minutes. Not a lot of action, pretty stop and start. No, I do not want to make history videos, bro. I don't. I love sitting and talking about history and everything, but the amount of stuff you have to go through to make history videos because of how, for lack of a better term, how uneducated so many people are about history and how unwilling they are to change what they think. It's much easier for a lot of people around the world to look at a country like Haiti and just go like, oh, pfft. They're just like that because they're like that. With very strong racial undertones, right? Very easy to do that. And a lot of people, unfortunately, don't want to hear anything else. And to be honest, I'll deal with that on an individual level, or like when we're just hanging out on a stream while we're watching this match. But I don't know, like if you have any questions about it right now. Do you think Haiti could qualify again? Oh yeah. Haitians love football. There are a ton of them, and they're like, I'm not gonna lie, they're really good. I got to hang around to Haitian, like the best Haitian club for a week, and a lot of those guys can't make the national team. Only one of them is in the national team, and they're good. I watched them play one of Mexico's best teams to like a freaking stalemate for 65 minutes. Hey, what's up, Gebauer? Hope Australia's doing okay. As Ted Lasso said, be curious and not judgmental. Low key, one of the best quotes you could possibly take into your heart, you know? That's it. That's why I love travel so much. That's why I love making travel videos. That's why I love making hidden grounds. Be curious. You'll be surprised how much you don't know. Like everybody, particularly in the Western Hemisphere, everybody's got an opinion on Haiti. How many people have sat and talked to a Haitian for an hour about what it's like? Oh, dude, I thought he was calling a penalty there for a second. Nope. Corner for DR Congo comes to nothing. Who you rooting for? Probably Jamaica, but I would be happy for either of these teams. It's not like either of these teams are World Cup regulars, you know. Both of these nations love the sport. Both of these nations haven't been to the World Cup in a long time. I just love to see my CONCACAF boys finally make it. Jamaica's turned bottling the World Cup into an art form. It would be great for them to finally just go. It was kind of heartbreaking, as exciting as it was to watch Curacao make the World Cup, to watch that just packed stadium in Kingston where people were, I was saying this earlier, were literally sitting on the roof of the stadium because they thought Jamaica was finally going back to the World Cup, and then they just don't beat Curacao. And then they're like, oh, we have to go to the playoff, you know? Iraq or Bolivia? I'm going to go Iraq. I think it's going to be a really good game, though. You'd be surprised how similar those two teams play, considering how far away they are in the world. A funny thing about the Hidden Grounds Haiti is I knew Dinso Ulysse because he played for the USL Colorado team. Yeah, he's a good kid. Amazing how tenuous that stuff can be. Like, he's playing in the USL, hurts his knee, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, can I stay in, you know, like being able to stay in the US? Oy! Cross and an attempted volley for Bunganda. Absolutely shanked it. Most likely player to make something special happen right now. Honestly, from the watch, Leon Bailey for Jamaica. Leon Bailey for Jamaica is the most likely to make something special happen right now. Does Zealand ever look at YouTube chat? Yes. Yeah, I don't have a ton. I'll do, like, obviously the Hidden Ground videos, we do have history parts to them because they're an important part of the story. But I don't really want to, yeah, I don't want to become a history channel. It's just not what I aspire to do. I just studied history. I've always been passionate about it. I have a degree in it. I love talking about it because I think a lot of the problems in the world could be solved by understanding history. So few people have an understanding. Oh my goodness, nice run by Bunganda. Here comes DR Congo. Oi! Kayembe, dude, all of a sudden DR Congo is like in the saddle. Man, Andre Blake was not in a great spot for that shot. You know the story of Iraq's Asian Cup win? I do. I watched, I think it was like a TIFO video about it. Basically stopped the war for like 48 hours for the world, or for the Asian Cup win. Leon Bailey doesn't even try for Jamaica. That's why I said Leon Bailey, because he's trying today. He's very clearly trying today. History and journalism degree, which you both don't use. Just because I don't use it doesn't mean it's not good to know. Having a good understanding of history and journalism helps me in a lot of ways all the time, even if I don't use it. Isn't it hard for Haiti to get travel privileges? Yes, I have spoken to a man who once coached the Haitian U20s and said he quit after a year and a half because every time he'd call up a team, he'd then find out that half of the team couldn't go, so he'd have to call up like 10 other guys. Haiti does not have a very good passport, put it that way. They very often cannot get visas to go anywhere. But obviously the gravitas and power of the World Cup is able to get them going. Not even World Cup qualifying is good enough. Oh, that stayed in. Oh, baby. That's a corner. That definitely stayed in, too. DR Congo with a corner in the 85th. How is it fixable? Haiti? When I was in journalism school, this is entirely separate. And I actually remember when I was hanging out with the Haitian guys that I hung out with, who live in Haiti, by the way. They're not just like Haitian descendant guys. When I was in journalism school, I met a news director, a guy that had traveled to every country all over the world. This is going to be not morbid, but kind of sad. He was one of those like combat zone producers and directors, right? He was like in all these places. And of course, you know, after we're like just asking him questions after his presentation. Like, well, what's the worst place you've been to? Immediately, he's like, Haiti right after the earthquake, right? Oh, was he on? He was off. He was off. He was off. DR Congo just scored, but I'm pretty sure he was offside. Like, to the point that they're not even really fully celebrating it. The DR Congo coach is going through it, man. He's going through it. Second disallowed goal for offside, but does that even count as a disallowed goal for offside? I mean, he's like very offside here. I don't know why we're not just calling that back immediately. But anyways, the news director was like, oh, what was the worst place you've ever been? He was like, Haiti right after the earthquake. And of course, somebody asked him the same question. They're like, how do you fix Haiti? Like, what would you do? You've been there. You spent like a month there. And his answer was literally, I don't think you can. And that has always, before I knew anything else about Haiti, stuck with me. And the whole time I was making the Hidden Grounds about Haiti, which was one of the more transformative like travel experiences I'd had, I was like, that was just in my mind. And I would bring it up and talk about that statement with other people, like with people that lived in Haiti. It was just really fascinating. He was like, I don't think you can. He was like, I think the best solution would be to take everybody off the island, give them citizenship somewhere else, and just start over. And I was like, dude, what are you even talking about? Not an easy fix. I think people that live in Haiti also realize it's not an easy fix. That was a hell of a hit. This one dude, I don't know what his name is on DR Congo, has unleashed some absolute firecrackers. And I do not know what his name is. Where do you think the U.S. will end up in their World Cup group? First, baby. Come on, gotta believe. I would be disappointed if we don't finish first, but hell, we got to get out of the group. I mean, Paraguay and Australia, considering the pots they came from, were very good draws. Turkey out of pot 4 is obviously a tough draw, but you make do with what you got. First, baby. Oh, good ball. Maybe a little something here for Jamaica. Ah, good defense. Good defense. Eventually, those countries are going to reach a point where they collapse. I mean, Haiti's already collapsed, dude. There are certain countries in the world that people just ignore what's happening there because they don't want to try to fix it. And I don't know who's, I mean, I'm not king of the world. I don't know whose job it is. And the people I talked to said, look, it's Haitians' job to fix it. Like the Haitian people. They're like, we're the people that got to fix it. One of the big issues they ran into is that there were a few guys on the team and a few guys that coached the team that had like lived in the U.S. for a little while. Oh, what is the DR Congo keeper doing? Oh, he should have shot it. Oh, he came off his line and played it, and then the Jamaican guy got the ball right back. What are we doing? Yeah, Haiti and Somalia, as far as I know, are the only two like truly failed states. They both are though. Wisa. Yohan Wisa. Oh, the back heel. Nice save. Holy. Nice save, dude. Oh, the back heel. Just good, composed goalkeeping. Sudan's a failed state. I mean, I guess you could make that argument, but like Sudan is a functioning government. It actually has too many functioning governments. They're fighting each other. Yeah, I think there's a difference between like a civil war and like you just don't have a central government at all. North Korea definitely has one. Whew. That would have been so, dude. Can you imagine scoring that goal to go to the World Cup if that back heel had gone in? It's good goalkeeping. He was ready for it. He had his eye on the ball, literally and figuratively. Yeah, look. My point is, there are really a lot of countries in the world where there are a lot of tough, bad things going on, and I don't know if the world as a whole has found a way to deal with that fact yet. To be completely honest with you. What we can do is hope in some cases that the national team, like the national team of Haiti, makes the World Cup. And so that the power of sport can be used to like allow those people to feel pride and happiness about their country. And where they're from and who they are. All right, we got 6 minutes added time, chat. 6 minutes added time. Extra time does seem to be beckoning in this match. Here come the reggae boys. Oh, I didn't know Ian Frey was Jamaican. That dude's been on the Miami team. Hazy, you don't follow Adler on Strava? To be honest, I'd never really thought about Adler having a Strava until just now. Oh, that looked offside again. Yeah. DR Congo fans are getting annoyed with all these offsides, but Jamaica's back line's been really good with that. They've been exactly where they need to be. No, North Korean footballers aren't bad. North Korea's football has actually been harmed pretty significantly by the UN. The UN basically enacted a ruling that you can't hire North Korean workers abroad because they feel the money is being funneled back to the North Korean nuclear program. And so the result of that was that the North Korean footballers like Han Kwang-song that were playing in Italy and elsewhere literally had to go back to North Korea, and they all play in the North Korean league now because they couldn't receive paychecks outside of North Korea. There's also a freaking police car just right outside my house. All right, DR Congo on the way forward. 3 minutes into stoppage time. We got 6 minutes. Oh, it's not a bad looking move here for DR Congo, but one loose pass and it falls apart. One loose pass, brother. Jamaica's looking a little tired right now, a little packed in. Oh, just missed it. Looking for a through ball. It's weird. Like we're in the 94th minute. Still feels like this game's waiting for something to like introduce that kind of energy to it. Czechia has never lost a competitive penalty shootout. That's pretty impressive. I mean, they're 2 for 2 in the last 5 days, so can't imagine there's been too many more penalty shootouts for them. Maybe like 2 or 3 more in various settings. Waiting for the inevitable DR Congo offside call. Yeah, I think these dudes are ready for extra time. They're stretching, and I love the Jamaica kit. This game was always either 5-5 or 0-0. Valid. We've settled into the 0-0 vibe here. Oop, oop, oop. DR Congo's looked better the last like 10 minutes, though. Jamaica had a run. Nearly like Leon Bailey at the back post of the diving header. He almost got on it. If he put it on target, he would have scored. Dude literally just shot from like 40 yards away. That shot got deflected. Blake is there. Yeah, extra time for sure. This game feels so tame. Well, I think a huge reason this game has a different feel is its neutral site in front of just a bunch of drunk Mexican dudes with nothing better to do on, on a Tuesday. Like, it isn't a home atmosphere. Like, if we were playing in DR Congo or Kingston, this would be a very different experience, right? It would be a very different experience where right now we're in like Guadalajara, dude, just hanging out. You know, it's just a bunch of guys slamming beers like, hey, hey. That's the whole atmosphere. All right. We're into the short break before the extra time. I'm going to pee, reset. Oh, and we're going to get some spice in this extra time. But I mean, you know, the biggest difference between these two games, or between this and the European matches, is that all those European matches were at home in crazy environments, and this is in like a preseason tournament environment right now. Yeah. Oh. All right, my dudes. Locking in for the start of extra time. No Eastern European teams at all in the World Cup is kind of crazy, though. I know Czechia is like, we're Central European, but they feel Eastern European in my mind, right? If you were on the other side of the Iron Curtain, that's usually where my Eastern European brain kind of goes. But I mean, does Bosnia and Herzegovina not count? What's our definition of Eastern Europe? Croatia's going. That save is amazing. Yeah, that save on that shot. Andre Blake's a hell of a keeper. We've been hiding him in the MLS for a long time, but he's been a great goalkeeper for a long time. Can't Italy still go if Iran pulls out? Bro, if Iran doesn't play the World Cup, which FIFA is absolutely determined to make them play the World Cup, I think it is only fair to give it to Iraq if they lose. If Iraq loses, I think Iraq should get the spot because they would be the next best Asian team. And then I think if Iraq wins, I think they should either give it to Bolivia, who Iraq beat, or to the UAE, who Iraq beat in the final round of the Asian playoff. I think those are your two options, basically. Cheers, thank you for the 2 months, man. Ooh, the bacon's looking good. You cook your bacon next month. You get to those 3 months, the bacon is cooked. All right, let's see. See what's up. The Croatian dude I know would kick me in the groin if I called them Eastern European. I guess nobody likes being called Eastern European. Sum up Italian football right now, stuck in the 90s. Stuck in the 90s. I'd say the 80s. Oh, sorry, I didn't go that far back. No. There's no situation where Iran is like forfeiting their group stage matches. If they don't go, if they choose not to play, FIFA will bring another team in. It would either be Iraq if they lose. If Iraq wins, then you have Bolivia or the UAE, who Iraq beat either in the Intercontinental Playoff or in the Asian Playoff Final. It'd be one of those two teams. I think you probably want to go with UAE just to keep like, okay, you lost an Asian team, so just bring in the next best Asian team. Fortunately, the way Asian qualifying works, the next best Asian team is very obvious. It's the team that made it to the final round playoff to come to the Intercontinental Playoff, which is the UAE. When will these guys play Suriname? Dude. I think Suriname might have been able to beat the Jamaica that showed up against New Caledonia. I mean, Suriname probably should have beaten Bolivia. Suriname had two unbelievable chances that they missed in that game. Oh, look at this. Little injection of pace. Oh, I haven't even started the clock. Sorry, the game's on. Game's on. Extra time started. Figure I should let you guys know. Dude, I forgot about Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It's a lot of random dudes in the field in this game. Do you think Italy experiencing a bit of what England experienced with sticking with a style after winning the World Cup or something else? I think, dude, I just don't think Italy's that good. Like, I think Italy is closer to Denmark than they are to France right now. And, you know, now they're scared. Like, specifically in World Cup qualifying, Italy is literally scared. They were scared that whole second half. They were playing scared. They were scared tactically. They need a leader. They need a Chiellini. They need a Bonucci. You know, they needed a Buffon. They didn't have it. They were scared. They were scared in the penalty shootout, too. Scared loses you matches. They should invite Italy to replace Iran. There's a 0% chance they invite Italy to replace Iran. If they do, it's openly rigged. Italy lost a European qualifying playoff. Why would that team be the team that gets called in to replace Iran? Also, do we really think in a rigging competition Italy's going to be able to outplay the UAE? Let's be honest here. If it's open to interpretation, that wasn't a penalty, by the way. No shot. Not called either. Definitely a shoulder-to-shoulder type play. Whoa, wall pass. Yeah. Thoughts on De Zerbi going to Tottenham? I mean, he's really in luck if a couple really good English players start getting arrested. Then he's going to be able to build a super team. A real edge to this game now. The Jamaican dudes are kind of jostling DR Congo around. Johnny, thank you for the 3 months. Congrats on cooking your bacon, Vamos, Portugal. No, you guys are going down. A final embarrassment for Portugal going into the World Cup. A great victory for the United States. Arrested? Yeah, De Zerbi used to coach Marseille when they signed like 3 or 4 guys that had very clear issues. Oh, nice play here for DR Congo. Oh, huge defensive intervention. Oh, that guy thought he was winding up for the winner, and the guy just poked it away from him to the keeper. Oh. Do you think De Zerbi regrets not waiting for the Italy job? I don't know. He's pretty young to want to go to international management. I think if a club like Tottenham is calling, just resource-wise, I think you probably take that over most international jobs, unless that's just something you're really passionate about and want to do. All right, now Jamaica's just trying to squeeze the life out of the ball a little bit. What are we doing here? Whoever that Jamaican player is literally just ran over to the side and then tried to... I don't know what he was doing. Just lost it on a play. It's like ran straight to a guy who was standing there open. Ooh, good ball. Good defense. DR Congo getting the better looks right now. The dude's name is Mukako. Of course, he missed a clear chance. Some people think that the changing the letter, it doesn't take you too far away. Doo-doo. Got the Olay going. DR Congo on the attack again, cleared away by the Jamaican defense. Is there a counter? Not really. Although the yellow wrist tape is fantastic. Like the Jamaican yellow for wrist tape. Guy's got like the Jamie Vardy tape job. Hey, Suey, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it. These teams are tired. How hot is it there? Because they did play like in the sun most of the day. This was a during the day game. Is it hot? What's up, Corey? Yeah, we just had a dude cramp up right as I was saying that. The Jamaican guy that's just cramped up. Can we just go to penalties now? Oh, it's Bailey. Oh, boy. Of course. Of course it's Leon Bailey. Of course it's Leon Bailey. Captain Waters, and thank you for gifting a sub. Am I staying up for Iraq, Bolivia? I mean, I'll be awake. I'll watch it, but I'm not going to be streaming. Oh, we're just going through this game. Oh, dude, Captain Watterson, thank you for gifting a couple of subs. The McPain Train and Dimitris Constato. Welcome to the Hammers. Enjoy the bacon. Enjoy the emotes. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Oh, what's happening here? The hell out of here. Yeah, Leon Bailey's not okay. He's cramping or something. Or tweaked a hammy, maybe. There's no way you're making it 22 minutes on that. If he wants to try and make it to a penalty shootout, I mean, you got to bring in somebody else at that point. We'll see. Good start for the U.S. The Mexican fans are olaying on behalf of DR Congo right now. Good play by the Jamaican fullback there. Cut the crossfield pass off, but here comes DR Congo again. Here comes DR Congo again. Oh, sliding block. Okay. DR Congo looks better. They look better in this extra time. Like, if there's one team that's going to score, it's going to be DR Congo. So saying that, Jamaica's going to score a 40-yard screamer. The U.S.-Portugal match was delayed because the U.S. anthem was accompanied by pyrotechnics. Very on brand. We know how to be ourselves. Oh, it's a goal! DR Congo scores! On the corner, Axel Twansebe. Jamaica's bottling it again. Jamaica's bottling the World Cup again. There's simply no way. Dr. Congo has the lead on a set piece. It's the second match of this cycle that Jamaica just needs to win to go to the World Cup. They blew it against Curacao in extra time. Oh, it's unlucky. I mean, no, the guy that hits the ball knows Twansebe knows nothing about this. It deflects off a Jamaican guy and goes straight into him. DR Congo is in the lead. Wow. Wow. DR Congo, who has not been to the World Cup since 1972 when they were called Zaire, is on the precipice. And the Mexican fans supporting DR Congo go absolutely nuts. But I can only imagine the scenes in DR Congo itself. What are they looking at? VAR. For a foul, a handball? Bro, is this a handball? It's either 70 or 74. Sorry, the 70s. I should have said the 70s because I didn't know exactly. 74. We're going to go with 74. It's 1 a.m. in Congo right now. Oh, those boys are going nuts. And right now they're losing their mind. Right now they're losing their mind. This is a long VAR review, dude. The ref is just standing in the middle of the field. He's not looking at the screen. They just showed the DR Congo bench. Those boys are sweating. Those boys are sweating. He's given it. They've given the goal. That was a long review. He never came over to look at the screen. The VAR just wanted to look at it. They've given the goal. DR Congo. U.S. almost scored. Weston McKennie missed a free header. Dude, Weston McKennie's one of the best aerial players in Europe. I'm not being dramatic. The guy's unbelievable on set pieces, like in the air. Don't forget, all Denmark had to do was beat Belarus at home to qualify. Denmark and Jamaica can hold hands on their way to doom now because Jamaica blew it at home against Curacao. Now DR Congo's got the 1-0 lead. We are about to see truly troubling amounts of haram. Yo, Captain Watterson, thank you for the $5 donation. Good tackle. Had my interview the coaching job in the U.S. the other day, and it was really positive. I think I'm going to be starting January 27. Not too sure yet where I'm going to be based, but as an Englishman, where is good to be? Wait, what's the job? Congratulations. What is the job? And I mean, I've been to almost every state. I've lived in the United States basically my entire life. So if you give me a few, like, you know, what you'd be looking for, what kind of vibe you'd be looking for, I should be able to give you an area. Good international matches. A good international matches to you as well, sir. Welcome. Yeah. Richards and McKennie on set pieces are dangerous. Dude, Weston McKennie is just a heat-seeking missile. He's kind of like got the unk bod most of the time, but the way he gets to the ball on set pieces is crazy. Can't wait for the World Cup to actually start. I know. We've gotten just a teaser with these World Cup playoffs. All right, now DR Congo's 3 minutes of stoppage time in the first half of extra time here. Just started. Be studying a degree in football coaching development with administration, but teaching football to children at soccer schools over 3 years. Coaching and football coaching development with administration. Well, wouldn't you have to go to like a school for that? Or is it a placement thing through the U.S. Federation or something where you get placed somewhere in the country? But I'm like, if you have to go to school for it, wouldn't the school just be in one place? Oh, nice move. Here comes Jamaica. Oh, look at the dribble. Oh my, the ball's just right there. Oh, the dribbling. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Jamaica just had a great look. Jamaica's exhausted, yeah, but they just had a dude just completely dribble two guys on DR Congo. The cross was tipped and just sat completely still in the box for like a second and a half before a DR Congo guy got to it first and cleared it. It's kind of insane. Yeah, these guys are tired. Jamaica also had to play a match against New Caledonia. I mean, I know it was New Caledonia, but they had to play a match a couple days ago. Oh, nice take. This dude on the right for Jamaica is popping off. And he's won a corner. Wow. Well, there's your chance. I mean, they're getting a couple all of a sudden. Loving the goatee that this one guy on DR Congo has, the guy with the big hair. If this were the 70th minute, that would have been a goal. You might be right. I'm not going to lie. If they were a little fresher to be able to get to that ball earlier. Let's see what the set piece is. Oh, he mishit it. Oh, he like slipped when he hit it. Oh, come on, man. All right, halftime and stoppage time, chat. Halftime and stoppage time. It's 1-0 DR Congo over Jamaica. Jamaica needs a goal in the final 15 minutes of their World Cup dream dies. They'll be the second to last team eliminated from the World Cup. DR Congo right now in the spot to be the second to last team to make it to the World Cup. So that's what's on the line. Let me look this up. DR Congo national team. One interesting note is that if DR Congo makes it, there will be 10 African teams at this World Cup, which would be super sick. Yeah, they made it in 1974 as Zaire. It was the first World Cup that they were eligible to compete in. And they did not only compete in it, but they made it and qualified. They have entered every qualifying since 1990 and not qualified. Meanwhile, in 1974, they won the African Cup of Nations. Then they didn't play one after 1976 till 1988. They've been third place two other times at AFCON in 1998 and 2015. And they were fourth at the 2023 AFCON in Ivory Coast. They got to the round of 16 at the latest AFCON. So they are a two-time former African champion. They were playing as Congo Kinshasa in 1968 when they won the African Championship. I love the deep dives, dude. I love the deep dives. They were the third African nation to ever go to a World Cup. 10 African nations at the World Cup if they make it. There's already 6 CONCACAF nations going. There's a chance for a 7th, which would also 7 CONCACAF nations at the World Cup would be insane. Tom, thank you so much for the prime, my dude. I appreciate you supporting the stream. Enjoy the bacon, enjoy the emotes, enjoy the lack of ads, my dude. Have a good one. Dude, Jamaica looks a little despondent. They need a pick-me-up. They need Andre Blake to come in there waving the arms around, firing everybody up. Want a fun fact? Portugal's never beat the U.S. We knocked Portugal out of the World Cup in 2014. They had to beat us in that second match, and they didn't. We drew them. We should have won, but they scored a goal with like 5 seconds left. Goals from Clint Dempsey and Jermaine Jones, baby. 2-2. After we'd beaten Ghana with John Brooks for the USA. Then we lost to Germany and made it to the last 16, where we lost to Belgium in extra time after Wondolowski bricked a chance with 5 seconds left in the game. Not that I remember it. Not that I remember that in 2014 when I was in Ireland at an Irish pub watching that game. Any chance of a non-Euro South American team winning at this time? Mexico doesn't really have a chance. I think the U.S., you could give like maybe a 1% chance as the host nation, right? We've been to 3 of the last 4 round of 16s. Little South Korea level officiating, maybe. But I think your best chance is Japan. If you want an African, Asian, or CONCACAF nation to win, I think Japan's your best shot. I think Morocco's not a bad shout after that. I think the U.S. would be the best chance out of CONCACAF, but I'd put us at like maybe the fourth best chance for a first-time continental winner. Yeah, I think Japan for sure. Yeah, Japan, Morocco. Who else would I probably feel like there should be one more team ahead of the U.S. Maybe the U.S. would be the third best chance. We're getting some real haram ball from DR Congo now. Dude, the guys, they set it down for a free kick, and then the dude just walked by and picked the ball up and threw it back to him. Like, what is that? DR Congo hoofing it clear. Just blinding ray of light coming in through this stadium. That's going to be hilarious at the World Cup. It's making the right center back look like the chosen one. Like the rapture has started. I was thinking Senegal. Egypt and South Korea are fool's gold. They're not really good right now. Neither of them are particularly good right now. But I was thinking Senegal. Yeah, I would say I would take the Senegal over the U.S. right now. Yeah, I'd say the U.S. is probably fourth best chance to end that. But I think the only realistic ones are Japan and Morocco. I think they have the prerequisite experience. They've got the experience at club level. You know, they're very familiar with that. I think those would be your two best teams outside of South America and Europe. The Ivory Coast. They were amazing in qualifying, but didn't love the way they played at AFCON. I would pick the U.S. at a home World Cup over Ivory Coast right now. I could be wrong. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible, but it's also possible I'm incredibly biased. But Ivory Coast was amazing in qualifying. They weren't great at AFCON. At least they didn't look the way that it looked like they could have been the best team in Africa, and they didn't look like the best team in Africa. Ghana, I don't trust them. 4 years ago, Ghana was getting knocked out of AFCON by freaking Comoros. Oh, yo, Andre Blake. That was not great. Yeah, no, Ghana, at best, now would be considered inconsistent. Yo, Leon Bailey just tried to lob the keeper. It wasn't a terrible effort, and the keeper was pretty far off his line. I don't super hate it. What's up with Mexico? Dude, they're just bad. I don't know. They're just not good. The U.S., until recently, because the U.S. also became bad over the last year or two, the U.S. was like bullying Mexico. Like we won like 2 or 3 straight cup finals against Mexico. The biggest competition in CONCACAF is the Nations League, which I realize is weird, but we have a CONCACAF Nations League, which ends up being like the biggest tournament. And the U.S. bodied Mexico in like consecutive Nations Leagues. Yeah, they're just not very good. Could Canada make a deep run? Yeah, dude. I loved the way Canada played at the World Cup 4 years ago. Canada at the World Cup 4 years ago played amazingly. They just didn't have the experience, or like they were missing a couple of key players in like goal. Their goalkeeper sucked, and on defense to be able to hold on against those types of teams. But Canada played with a ton of energy. I loved the way they played. As long as Davies is healthy, which is like a 50-50. But yeah, they got Jonathan David, they got Steven Eustachio, they got Tajon Buchanan, they got bodies, they got guys. Now, contender to win? No. Could they scalp somebody important like a Brazil in the knockouts if everything goes their way? Yeah. Of course, Brazil helps that with the fact that they're just not very good right now. Ooh, DR Congo. Into the box. Nothing. Jamaica's got a decent amount of the ball, but they're not really getting too close to the DR Congo box. Like, this is, oh my goodness. DR Congo putting the pressure on now. Jamaica's just got to loft it. That's actually a really good ball. Oh, here we go. Jamaica's got the ball in the attack. Oh, nice move. Woo! Sharp low cross dealt with by the DR Congo defense. I know why they don't do it, but I wish these matches were played at home. Like the higher ranked nation was able to play a home match. Because the atmosphere at those European matches was so great. Like, who wouldn't love to see this in Kinshasa? What? What are we whistling for? The ref is cramping, bro. The ref is cramping, dude, with 10 minutes left. The ref is cramping. Like, he literally can't get off the field. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Yeah, he's getting booed mercilessly by the Mexican crowd here, but the ref is actually just cramping in the middle of the field. He had to blow a play dead, which Jamaica was kind of on the move. What's happening? I'm saying he's cramping, but like, is his foot stuck in the ground? He hasn't moved. I mean, we got other refs. You just put the fourth official and have him. This is going to be a delay. This is going to be a few minutes of delay. Is it Achilles? It might not be a cramp. Yeah, the way he's moving. Like, he can't move. He's like, literally, his foot has been planted on the ground. Yeah, the ref is like in tears, dude. Oh, this is not good. I think it's Achilles. I think he's done his Achilles. Yeah, that sucks. Because I guess he was like a ref that was slated to work the World Cup, and now he's out. Or torn calf, maybe? I don't know. What happens now? Well, I mean, there's a fourth official, so that official, I would assume, would take over. Get him a stretcher, bro. Yeah, I mean, you got your line judges, you got your. I would assume for this type of match, they probably got like extra refs at the game. Yeah, this ref is like actually genuinely in tears. I have no idea. Can we get him a stretcher, bro? Like, okay, he's walking. Yeah, I mean, it's nobody's fault. The ref obviously isn't like, yeah, let me just tear my leg. He's not coming back on. The announcers are like, oh, is he going to come back? He's not coming back on the field, man. Come on. Am I watching the Artemis 2 launch tomorrow? No, I actually don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. Yeah, I've never seen this. I mean, here's the thing is like all of these refs know how to ref a game. Like, you're never just like a career fourth official. So just bring the fourth official in. Let's ride. Hand this guy a board with the numbers on it. Have him stand there. He clearly can stand there. First moon landing in decades. Oh, nice. That's sick. I'm glad we're finally going back to the moon. I'll definitely keep track of that. Moon mission, not landing. Okay. I'm glad we're finally leaving the Earth, dude. All right, here comes the new ref. This guy's got like 10 minutes to ref here. Yeah, they're literally swapping places. They're doing exactly what I recommended. The guy can't move. He just became the fourth official. Americans know F all. Bro, I will sit here and name the country of every single flag in the United Nations. Don't try me, Aiden. I did not know what Artemis is. I did not know. That had missed my orbit. Pay attention. The ball's back in play. Pay attention. How much added? How much will be added on? Probably like 5 minutes at least. It'll be like 5 minutes at least because we literally had to replace an injured ref. So there's plenty of time left for Jamaica. They've already had one really good chance in extra time since DR Congo scored. But we'll see. Jamaica's not been great in possession once they get into the final third. Somebody on YouTube's made a very good point. I mean, if the ref is hurt, we should just ask Dr. Congo what's wrong. Oh, might be a chance here to end it for DR Congo. Shot blocked away. That was a hell of a block. And is there some space for a counter? There might be. Oh, great dribbling here from the Jamaicans. It's more of a hopeful cross. That cross is, I mean, they need to learn from Bosnia and Herzegovina how to cross the ball, dude. It's a bad cross. Said do it. You ready? Aiden, are you ready? Uzbekistan, Georgia, Poland. No, that's Indonesia, Poland. Italy, Belarus, Vatican City, Egypt, India, Benin, Yemen, Marshall Islands, Belize, Angola, Costa Rica, Canada, Guyana, Nigeria, Armenia, Germany, Madagascar, Tunisia, Belgium, Slovenia, Madagascar, Saudi Arabia, Namibia. That's Nauru, Pacific Island. Taiwan, Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, Chile, Kazakhstan, Ireland or Ivory Coast. It's like, I think that one's Ireland. No, that's Ivory Coast. Lock it, Ivory Coast. Norway, Suriname, Timor-Leste, Bhutan, Portugal, Kenya, Ukraine, Palestine, Israel. Nice. Tuvalu, UK, Mali, Moldova, Croatia, Japan, Nepal, Sweden, Bolivia, Dominica, Rwanda. That's Gabon, Rwanda, Thailand, Indonesia. Yep. Iran. Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and El Salvador are all like together. I know that's not El Salvador. Pretty sure that's Guatemala. Cameroon, New Zealand, Sudan. Jordan or Kuwait? Kiribati, Qatar, Cuba, Australia. So Honduras, Guatemala has the bird. Nice. Dude kept the receipts. Nah. Sub coming for DR Congo, by the way. That's what was happening while I was doing that. I didn't actually lock in a guest. Missed Oman and Fiji. You're right, I miss Fiji. Did I not say Oman on Oman? I know which one Oman is. What did I say? You're right, I miss Fiji. I called it Tuvalu. I'm always afraid that looks like kind of Tuvalu. I'm always afraid that Tuvalu's going to get me. I said Oman was Madagascar, but then Madagascar was also on this list. I said I was just going too fast. I said Madagascar on the right one, too. I just said Madagascar twice. Now, Oman's flag is sick, dude. Oh, bike attempt for freaking Jamaica. Oh, my God. He missed it, and now everybody's flying forward for DR Congo. They probably should be able to end this if they can pull off the pass. They pulled off the pass. Oh, my goodness, he skied it. If Jamaica does score a goal, this is unbelievable. I mean, it was literally just a clear 1v1 with an hour to go for DR Congo, and he skied it. They were basically countering a set piece that Jamaica took, a minute into 6 minutes of stoppage time here. There are 4 minutes left of stoppage time for Jamaica. Here they come. Have you anything to say, clown? Aiden, you got me, man. I don't know what to say. You got me dead to rights. I guess I just have to take my L. I've proven conclusively that I am American and I don't know anything, Aiden. I don't know what else to tell you. Imagine Jamaica ties it with a bicycle kick. Oh, dude, they just gave it away again. DR Congo's now countering. Jamaica can barely move. He should just go to the corner. I mean, Jamaica's not going to go fish him out of there for a while. That's a foul on DR Congo. He just tackled him. These guys are so tired, bro. Shouldn't say Madagascar twice, dude. I know. I should have slowed down, taken my time. Maybe if I was Canadian, I would have known that. Oh, dude, how do we miss that long ball, Jamaica? How do we miss that long ball, Jamaica? I can't believe he missed that chance. DR Congo literally could have already ended this and be on the way to the World Cup. I mean, they still are probably on the way to the World Cup anyways. Oh my goodness. Jamaica just needs one more push forward. They need one more push forward. Go Elkins, thank you for gifted Aiden a sub. Nice. Oh, good run. Oh, good ball. Oh, what is he doing with that layoff, man? What's he doing with that layoff? Also, shout out to the ref. I haven't really noticed any issue with the ref. They got a long throw? Oh, they got Pennick. Pennick's going to rip one here. Long throw for Jamaica. They got 90 seconds to try and save their World Cup souls. Got to get the ball back in. Got to get the ball back in. If Jamaica does get a goal, it's unbelievable because they are so tired. Ball in. Corner. Question mark. Earlier YouTube video has been blocked. Oh, goal Portugal. Nice. Great. DR Congo is less than a minute away from the World Cup here. There's probably going to be some added time onto this 6, but there probably won't go more than 30 seconds. Because Jamaica just feels so tired, like there just isn't a lot of energy left in it. Jamaica is going to once again bottle the World Cup. 3 more CONCACAF spot. Oh my goodness, it's onside. This should be it for DR Congo. What a save! What a save! It's one of the best saves I've ever seen. Oh my God. Oh my God, Andre Blake with 2 of the craziest saves I've ever seen. Now a decent cross for Jamaica. Jamaica's probably going to get one more throw in here. The ref's blowing it. DR Congo's going to the World Cup for the first time since 1974. Jamaica has bottled the World Cup despite there being 3 more CONCACAF spots. 3 more CONCACAF spots, and they go to Panama, Haiti, and Curacao. Jamaica still can't get to the World Cup. Congratulations to DR Congo. Tears on the field, rapturous in the streets of Kinshasa. Axel Twansebi's accidental corner kick goal sends DR Congo through, and even Leon Bailey is feeling the effects of the near miss. Peach, thank you for the gifted sub. Wow, I feel bad for Jamaica. I do feel bad for Jamaica, but I feel great for DR Congo. No bomba clotting at the World Cup, chat. No bomba clotting at the World Cup. It's DR Congo that's going. They're all smiles for the first time in over 50 years. They're going to the World Cup. The doctor is in. And for the first time ever, there will be 10 African nations at the World Cup. 10. All right, I've had a great time in the streams today. I'm so sorry about it breaking earlier. But, you know, we're working on it. It's a process, and we'll get that fixed up in terms of what we're doing on the watch along soon. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a great long stream today. We started, you know, whatever it was, like 7 hours ago, 7.5 hours ago. Incredible drama all the way through to the end with that ridiculous Blake double save. Great viewing. No, we're not staying. Iraq, Bolivia doesn't kick off for like 4 hours. Do watch it, because there's now 49 teams left that can win the World Cup, and that will be narrowed down to 48 at the end of today. We will have our World Cup field set officially in a couple of hours. I hope you enjoy that last match. YouTube, Twitch. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Au revoir.